At the Weymouth 49. Driven out of bounds by Jay Wilson for the 42.
Play run, we've got a penalty flag. Robbie Kane took the pitch and is just getting to his feet now at the 34-yard line, but there was a penalty marker, and let's see what the call is going to be. It's going to come back, so it's against the Quincy Presidents, and that will wipe out a nice run by Robbie Kane. Called by the referee.
What is this call, I wonder?
I'm still waiting.
Penalties against Quincy.
Holding.
Oh, boy.
Holding the call against the Presidents, and it wipes out what was a first down run.
I was just going to say that play there was some nice blocks thrown to shake Kane around that end. I saw 2 or 3 beautiful blocks thrown on the corner there and on the where the play started, and I didn't see any holding, but that was certainly a tough break for Quincy.
I'm not sure if it was Bartlett. Somebody was out,
yeah,
and they threw the flag. I didn't see it either. Hand off to DeBona, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down for a loss of a yard. Shu Cunningham, Big Shu Cunningham, making that stop for the Weymouth Wildcats. So now Quincy will be faced with 3rd and 19. Obvious passing situation for them. 21-7, Quincy with the lead. 8:59, clock moving left in this first half. Very long first quarter with all the scores, 4 touchdowns. Backs in a wide split, Kane in motion. Bartlett straight back to pass, looking over the middle for Kane, and he overthrows him. And Kane paid the price for going over the middle. He got hit once, and then Roy Ward hit him well after the ball came through, and that could have been called a bit of a personal foul call as Roy Ward hit him after the ball was 15 yards downfield.
Well, he threw the ball over his head, and the defender coming up in the back thought he had the ball. I was about to receive the ball, so he really put the wood to him. He really whacked him. Kane got up a little stiff after that one, but they're watching Kane pretty closely now. They had double coverage on him that time.
And we get the punt from Bogan, Fernandez, and Taylor, and it is Taylor at his 25, and he tries to turn the corner and is denied. And who was it? Robbie Kane that came down there along with Jan
He came
Morrill.
over from all the way from this end on this sideline and came in, and the runner went to the far sideline, and Kane chased him down from behind and caught him from behind and made the tackle.
Amazing.
Wow. You talk about speed again. Fantastic. Can you imagine Kane and what's the kid from Shea and Fernandez
Shea,
all on one team as
Fernandez,
receivers? Yep. I mean, there's speed, those 3 together.
Yep. So Stanton comes out, 1st and 10. 1 man in the backfield, Twins to the right. He's rolling to the right. Pump fakes. Now he's going to keep the ball 30 and is hit at the 34-yard line as he put the head down as Mike Cavanaugh came in to put him down. But a gain of 7 yards on the keeper for Mark Stanton.
I see Kane down there on the bench now. He's getting a little attention. He's standing up, walking around, but I'm sure he's just shaken up a little bit. The way this kid's been playing ball tonight and the way he's been running up and down this football field. He just should be a little tired.
He's taken a couple on that series. He took a couple of pretty good whacks.
I tell you, what a competitor he is.
So he is out of the ball game, and let's see if Stanton tries to exploit that. Instead, they pitch it to Donovan. Donovan hit after gaining a couple of yards and is taken down as Donovan tried to bust through, but could not. And it was Steve Provost making the tackle. He got him with an arm tackle, and Donovan nearly busted through, but he was able to bring him down. Good arm strength there by Provost. And it is, though, a first down for the Wildcats. 7:25 to go. First half, 21-7. Quincy with the lead. Ball at Weymouth's own 37-yard line. Wing to the right, one man in the backfield. Stanton is back to pass. Setting up, and now they blow the play dead, and we have a penalty flag. And I think they're finally going to call Weymouth for being offside. It's looked to me from up here that they've been cheating a little bit with a half a step, and finally they get it.
They've been either getting off, they've been getting a half a step in the line, or the center's been a little slow bringing the ball up there. It just doesn't seem coordinated up there, does it?
Nope.
Just not coordinating when that ball is snapped and when that line is taking off.
So that will cost them 5, and it'll be 1st and 15 now. 7 minutes to go, first half. Stanton over to talk to Joe Kelly. As a good crowd has come in watching this game. And if you're not here, we're glad you've joined us here on 1300 WJDA Quincy. 2 receivers out wide, Pierce and Fernandez to the right. Stanton rolling to the left. He's being chased. He's in trouble, and he is taken down at the 28-yard line, as Mark Stanton could sue for a lack of support, as there were all kinds of blue shirts in the vicinity. Paul Collery for one, Dave Bogan over there as well. And Stanton is saying to Joe Kelly, what happened to my line? Where are they?
Everybody's pretty used to that sprint out there. Well, you were watching that, Charlie. I was watching one of the receivers. Ellie, I just tried to pick his number up. Ellie Pierce, sophomore, and 5'9", 140. And I was just watching him move down the field on the pass route. And he's a speed demon, too. He's going to be felt in this ball game, or not in this ball game, so a lot of ball games to come, because he's another speeder like Fernandez. So you might hear from him.
2 receivers to the right. Stanton back to pass, gets it off, complete to Fernandez at the 40, down the sideline, and they say he stepped out of bounds. Where do they say? Jack Raymer trying to help them out and say at the 47, and that's where the official says it's the 47. So Quincy gets a break, as Fernandez was off to the races, but he stepped out just over the 45. That's where they mark it. So 3rd down now for the Wildcats, 3rd and 2 from their own 45-yard line.
I don't know if you watched Pierce on that, but he was open that time. So they went to Fernandez, but Pierce was wide open. So I think you might see them go to him before long.
They have not. This is the This is the 3rd game we've done with Weymouth, and first we've seen of Pierce, but he is the far wide out receiver. Stanton fumbles the football,
might
picks it up,
ball. Could
and even if, let's see, and no, Weymouth recovered as Stanton fell on it, but busted play, and it will be 4th down and punting time. But last week, Weymouth on 4th down faked it once. They were unsuccessful. And with the ball at the 45-yard line, it is possible that Stanton might try and fake it again.
Well, that was when Stanton came out then. You wouldn't expect that from an experienced quarterback. He came, out before. He was so anxious. He came out without the football under the center. And you don't do that, an experienced quarterback.
Kane and Debana back. Stanton gets the ball, holds it for a moment, and fair catch called by Debana, and he gets it at the 26-yard line. So Quincy will start there at their own 26. They lead 21-7 over Weymouth. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Part of a doubleheader. Tomorrow afternoon we'll bring you the game between North Quincy and Don Bosco. And it's the first time they've met, at least in this series. They may have met previously at some other point, but first time they have met. Debana gets the pitch. He's over the 30 to the 31-yard line, where he is gang tackled. Joe Donovan in there for the Wildcats, along with Jay Wilson. And it will be 2nd down after a 4-yard gain.
Well, I tell you, Kane's a great athlete, but another great athlete out there I can't say enough about is Debona. He's just a bull in there. He just picks out the tough yards now. He made 3 or 4 yards right on his own, and he was trapped, and he just put his head down and picked up, I think, 4 yards there. So he's another great athlete out there.
2nd and 6. Man in motion is Clifford. And they hand it off to Dave Bogan. Bogan maybe a yard up the middle and was taken down by Shu Cunningham. And it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Quincy Presidents. So the game after 4 touchdowns in the first 5 minutes.
Had to slow down.
It had to slow down, and and it has, or the voices would be gone.
Yeah.
If it kept up at that pace. So now it seems to be in a little slower pace. 3 backs.
See a pass again. Now they see that was, I think, against Quincy. The quarterback moved.
And we do have a call, and it will be against Quincy for either offside or procedure. It is procedure. That will cost them 5, and instead of third and 4, it's now 3rd down and 9.
I think the quarterback for Quincy, Bartlett, he moved back. He started to step back before the ball was snapped, and of course that's illegal. No move in that backfield, even for the quarterback.
So now let's see if things change. They come out with receivers to the right, 2, and a man in motion. Pass play over the middle, and incomplete. The intended receiver was Sean McArdale, and he was tackled out in the middle of the field, but no flag, so it'll be 4th down, and Quincy will be forced to punt it away.
I don't know who the receiver was. That the wideout man was?
No, it's the McArdale over the middle, yeah.
Yeah, the tight end, he never got there.
And he had a... he may have fallen down on his own, so...
No. They'll usually tackle that tight end, trying to shake him from getting out of there, because Quincy pulls that quite a bit, that tight end quick pass.
And Quincy punting. Bogan punts it, and it is fumbled in! Recovered by Robbie Kane of Quincy! As Weymouth fumbled the football as they tried to go down for it, as Mike Taylor tried to catch it off the ground and missed it, and Kane right there on the spot to recover, and it's Quincy ball, 1st and 10.
Well, the 2 Weymouth players just juggled that ball around. Didn't seem either one of them wanted it. And, of course, here comes Kane from the end position, and he's right there in the middle of the field where the ball is before anybody else, and he picks up the football.
He says, look what I found, folks. Play action fake. Bartlett going for the whole thing, looking for Kane, and he overthrows him as Kane had double coverage, but the ball a little bit overthrown with the wind at Quincy's back. 2nd down and 10 for the Presidents. The ball at the Wildcat 42-yard line as Bartlett with a word from Jack Raymer.
Well, you know what's nice about the Quincy offense? They can get a little running game going and make you think run, and then all of a sudden they hit you with that pass. They get, 2 parts of that ball game together. And that's what a good football team has to do, and they're putting it together tonight.
2nd down, Bartlett on the handoff to Dave Bogan. Bogan inside the 40 and is hit by half the Weymouth squad at about the 38-yard line as everybody was in there. Shu Cunningham and Donovan for a couple. Also Roy Ward. And it's going to be 3rd down for Quincy. 3rd and a long 5 at the Weymouth 38-yard line.
And there's another tough runner too, Bogan. He's done all the tough fullback work in there this year from an uptight position, so he doesn't get much of a head of steam when he has that football.
Kane out of the ball game, just a couple of wide receivers, nobody wide. They pitch it to Dabana. He's in trouble and is going to be hit back at the 42-yard line as the protection was not there, and Eric Bell came in to bring him down. And we've got a procedure call against Quincy. Weymouth will, I'm sure, decline it and take the play with the loss of yardage and the loss of down. And that will set up 4th down for Quincy at the Weymouth 43-yard line. Minute 52 to go. First half, it's 21-7. Quincy with the lead. Kane back in the football game as Quincy will punt it. As Bogan will punt it. He takes the snap, gets it away at the 50. High end-over-end kick. And Kane, the closest man down to it, and he tried to keep it from going into the end zone, but it rolled into the end zone. So 1st and 10 for Weymouth at their own 20 with 1:28 to go. First half, Quincy 21-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Carried by Driscoll.
Veterans Stadium, Driscoll takes the ball for 8 yards, tackled by David Bogan for the Quincy Presidents.
That looked like kind of a sprint draw play, and they picked up, what, almost 9 yards?
Almost 9 yards. Richard Driscoll, first time he's carried the ball, junior, 5'9", 140-pounder. It almost looks like Joe Kelly is, I don't want to say clearing his bench, but that there are some new faces in this Weymouth lineup compared to the game last week against North Quincy.
Yeah, thinking the same thing, Charlie. He's going to use some of these underclassmen and give them some experience. You know, if the upperclassmen haven't been doing their job, he wants to put them in there and, you know, he's got 4 or 5 more games left in the season and see what they can do and give them the experience.
Well, next week we'll have the game. We'll be here next Friday night as Silver Lake plays North Quincy at the stadium, and then next Saturday it'll be Bridgewater Raynham, my favorite team, will be at Weymouth. We'll have that one for you here in WJDA as the handoff to Steve Carasy. Carasy with the first down and a gain of a lot more up to the 50-yard line. A 20-yard pickup for Carasy, who did not play last week against the North Quincy Red Raiders, and he busts it for 20 yards and a first down at the 50-yard line. 30 seconds to go, and now Weymouth is going to use a timeout.
Well, Carasy, they really missed him last week. He can move that football too. You know, of course, you got to think of this. Weymouth's had some tough injuries over the last year, this part of the year too. So they've had Donovan out and Carasy, and they've had a couple of them big linemen were down. So they've had a pretty tough year injury-wise.
2 receivers, Pierce and Fernandez to the right. Stanton drops back looking to throw, setting up a screen, has his man complete, breaks a tackle, and taken down at about the 47-yard line. Just a gain of 3 yards. Mike Feely on the stop for the Quincy Presidents. So all of that, it took 10 seconds off the board and only gained 2.5 yards. But an interesting battle down here, and I know you're watching it, Tom, with the 2 Weymouth wideouts going against Kane and DeBona, as it is Fernandez and Pierce, so everybody with speed.
Yeah, they're putting speed against speed. They have to. You know, that's the name of the ball game. And there's good speed on both sides of this line, as there was last week in the North Quincy Weymouth matchups last year. But I think this is the kid you're going to see them go to right here, number 12.
That is Pierce, and he is wide. On 2nd down and 7, Stanton drops back, and the play is going to be whistle dead. And we'll see what the call will be, as that took 4 seconds off the clock, and it's procedure against Weymouth. So
did he pull out of there again, the quarterback? Or was that? Did he move?
I did not. I did not see.
There's been that hesitation there all night on the. Getting the play off.
Well, maybe the Channel 3 folks will replay that one. Yep, there we go. Well, looked like one of the backs.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Maybe moved.
Came up out of the 3-point stance.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you, Keith, down in the truck. It's 2nd down and 12 for the Wildcats. Stanton drops straight back, now looking out to the right, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Fernandez, at the 45-yard line. Dave Bogan on the coverage for Quincy. Also over was Mike Cavanaugh.
Well, you know, try not to be critical, Charlie, and second-guess people up here. We never try to do that. But, you know, I've got to say in all fairness that Stanton does zero in on Fernandez too much. he's on him all the time, and you know, he's got two other receivers, and he doesn't go to him. That's why I think that's why he's not having the year he's having. Now that time this other kid was open over here, and again he went to his.
And Stanton fumbles the football coming out. He goes back with it, looking long, looking for Pearson. It's intercepted by DeBona. DeBona to the 5, 10, 15. Time is going to expire, and he is taken down at the 25-yard line. No penalty flags, and that's going to be the end of the first half as Noel DeBona intercepts a long Mark Stanton pass. And Quincy with a 21-7 lead over the Wildcats of Weymouth. Mike Tucker down on the sideline, and Coach Jack Raymer is talking with one of his assistants, having a bit of a word. We'll hold it right here and see if Mike Tucker can get a word with him. Weymouth going through the tunnel right below us. Quincy has already gone through the tunnel. 21-7. All the scoring came in the first quarter, and it was a quiet second quarter, but an exciting football game here at the stadium. And let's get down to Mike Tucker with Jack Raymer.
Jack, great first half. Your team came out firing. It's been like the Robbie Kane show so far today.
Well, it's a crazy game, isn't it? You know, they're playing well. The defense, you know, this kid can score at any play. We've got to keep putting pressure on him. I'm very happy the way the offense has gone. Robbie's had a great half, but we just got to contain them. You know, we feel we can, and you know, we're hurting ourselves. The last couple of drives we had chances to move the ball, and we weren't doing it. So we want to move the ball against this team. We feel we can to control the clock, because we don't keep giving it back to him, something's going to happen.
Now the hitting's been ferocious.
Well, that's what he's supposed to do. We're finally starting to hit people, but you know, we've got to come out and stop them in the first series, and you know, hopefully our offense will you know, get moving like it's been doing. So we feel pretty good. But hey, this kid can do anything. It's by far from over now.
And Bartlett seems to come into his own tonight.
Mike's doing a good job. He's laying the ball up there. We can't throw to Robbie all night. We'll have to mix it up a little bit, but we feel pretty good.
Okay, thanks, Jack. Good luck second half. Back up to you, Charlie.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike. And well, I think even if Jack Raymer were leading, well, any coach, if they were leading 35-0, they'd still be concerned going into the locker room.
Oh, certainly would.
21-7, Quincy with the lead, and we
had that opportunity too many times this year, and I'm sure he feels a little bit better about himself and about his team right now. They showed that the type of team they are, and that they can be explosive. And Jack said they're hitting. Quincy teams always hit. Even when they have a bad year, they can hit. They hit other people right off the field, even when they lose. And they just haven't been doing that this year. And now they're starting to, you know, put it all together. Maybe this is the big turnaround, Charlie, now that, you know, if they can bring off a victory here tonight.
Well, it's one good half, but Weymouth in this football game, and we give credit to Weymouth because they are trying their darndest out there. They are an excellent football team, and they have the home run power as well. So the Weymouth Wildcats playing a good game. They may be down 2 touchdowns, but they can come back in this very quickly and move back into it. So it's going to be a very exciting second half.